Hey guys, so I'm finally doing the Ask Devin questions and Get to Know Devin. We have the list of questions that everyone submitted to us on that video. So we're going to go down the list and read off the questions that we feel deserve to be answered or are worth answering, because there's a lot of them. So we're just going to have to skip over a few of them. If not, we can do a two-parter another time. But for now, this is Devin, for those of you who don't know him yet.
Hello.
Hello.
Every single time I talk.
He's a man of very few words. Alright, so let's see. Do you want to pick out the first question that you answer?
It doesn't matter, just pick one at random.
A lot of them are geared towards you, so you pick one. Most of them are, what does Devin say about this or feel about that, or what da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
It says, Devin, what's it like being married to someone who likes makeup so much? My boyfriend doesn't like that I do. I actually love it. It's a passion of hers and she's really good at it. So, I don't know. I like that.
Thanks, babe.
You're welcome, sweetie.
You think I'm good at it?
You're alright.
You just ruined it.
Do you want to pick the next question? Go ahead.
What did you guys do on your first date? I'm going to let you answer that to see if you remember.
I do remember what we did on our first date. Lucky number 11.
That's not what we did.
That is what we did.
What about it? Like, people don't know what that means.
It's a movie. Of course they know what it means.
What does that mean? Did we go to the theaters to see it? Where were we? What did we do?
I brought it over to your apartment, if I remember correctly. Okay.
You don't want to answer the cute nicknames?
There's so many of them. It's just like any couple.
No, I'm saying I want you to answer. I want the...
We call each other so many things.
I call him Papa.
Mm-hmm.
You're really not going to give a name for me?
Which one do you want? I mean...
Anything. You call me so many things.
I know. I can't even think of one. I call you so many.
Bet you can remember all the bad ones, though.
There are no bad. Here's an easy one.
Ouch.
How long have you guys been together?
Really?
It's a general question, but it's something everyone might want to know.
How many? You skipped over a shit ton. No, I'm going to take reign on the fucking question answering, because you... No. Go ahead, answer the question.
What, how long we've been together?
Yeah.
Since February 1st, 2007. So 6.5 years.
At what time?
I don't know. It was nighttime.
You're terrible.
9 o'clock.
What is your favorite cologne that Devin wears, and what is Devin's favorite perfume that he likes on you? My favorite cologne that he wears is, it's a tie between the YSL and the Million for Men. Millionaire? Million?
Yep, Millionaire.
I can't think of... Which one are you wearing today?
The YSL.
Okay, so I like the YSL the most, I think. But the Millionaire is pretty good too.
I like a lot of yours, and you mix them when you put them on, but I smelled the Coco Chanel on the other day, and that's probably my favorite.
Today, Mademoiselle. You like these?
Mm-hmm.
You like these? Get a load. You smell it? Smells good. Where are you guys from, and when are you guys gonna have kids?
Well, I was actually born in Rhode Island, but I grew up in South Florida, like Fort Lauderdale, Miami area. And you?
Where was I born?
Brooklyn.
And where was I raised?
Miramar, Miami.
Fort Lauderdale, Miami.
South Florida.
Yeah. So.
And when are we gonna have
shit.
kids? Eventually, sometime in the not too distant future.
How do you guys get over a fight?
That's
There
easy.
might be a few things that cause misunderstanding, so how do you keep that? So how do keep that way to be together? Huh?
Right. So how do you keep away from the misunderstandings to stay together?
Okay.
It's easy for me.
Because
to
you're
answer
always
that.
right?
No.
Oh, then why?
I get over things very quickly. I don't hold on to things for more than about 5 minutes. And then once I'm over it, I just try and find a way to make her laugh, and then before she knows it, she's forgotten about why she's mad.
For the little
That's
things,
pretty
for the
much
things
how it
that are
goes.
more like frustrating than actually angering, I can get over it quickly and just be like, okay, I'll let it go. But when we're in a heated fight,
Mm-hmm.
how do we get over it? How do we come back from it?
Normally we take a little bit of time, and then we finally communicate when we're both calm enough to talk about it and not yell or fight.
Agreed.
right?
I think I'm the type of person that wants to solve it right away. Like, I have that need to fix the problem because I can't go to bed and I can't function with that on my mind. But at the same time, I need my space and my time to get over it. So I'm kind of complicated in that aspect. Why are you...
Because you contradicted yourself completely. But yes, you are complicated.
I am complicated in that regards. Like, sometimes I need to blow off my steam depending on what the fight is, and I just don't want to be anywhere near anybody, and I don't want anyone to tell me how to feel, or that I need to get over it in that moment. I need to, for myself, decide for when I'm ready to get over it. But then sometimes, like, we're fighting for so many minutes or hours or whatever, and I just want it to be done with so we can go to bed happy or whatever, and it needs to be fixed at that moment. I don't know, it's complicated. What I always say to Devin is treat me the way that you would want me to treat you. So whenever he talks over me, doesn't let me finish a sentence, I tell him that he's doing it to me. Sometimes people bottle in the things that they feel that the other person does to them or says to them or that bothers them, and then they explode one day and it hurts them inside, and you just really have to tell your partner that you feel a certain way. That way they can learn from their mistakes and hopefully not do it again, and they can learn to work with your personality the best way, you know? Like, I think Devin's developed his way of kind of dealing with me and my fits of rage.
I feel like it's because we're dedicated to each other too. Like, no matter how bad the fight or what it is, neither one of us are thinking about leaving or not
Agreed.
fixing it.
Agreed.
We stick it out until it's better, no matter what it is. Right?
Agreed. How did Devin propose, and where did he propose?
It's a question for you.
That's a question for you.
I said, how did Devin propose? It's
That's a question for you.
I know how I proposed to
Okay,
you.
so then tell him.
When Jess and I started dating, she had a thing for castles or castle-like places, if I say that to you. So the only one that I could afford to take her to at the time was actually Cinderella's castle in Disney World. So we went to Disney World for the weekend, and one night we did dinner inside the castle, and they brought out kind of like a, if I say even like a silver platter, and it had a crystal shoe on it, like Cinderella's shoe, and it had our names and stuff engraved on it.
Which you guys have seen. Yeah, I've showed it in videos before. It's right up there.
Okay, there it is. And the ring was placed kind of strategically in there, and so they brought it out, and I went down on one knee, and she couldn't hear what I was saying because everybody was clapping and yelling, and fireworks were going off in the window.
I didn't hear a word. For all I know, he said, if you marry me, you must...
That is what I said.
Okay. Working at a nightclub and considering how unbelievably gorgeous you are, I'm sure you get hit on a lot at work. How does Devin react to that? When you guys go out, does Devin get into fights often with other men who try to hit on you?
Is that a question for you or me?
I think it's a question for me. Thank you for the compliment, first. Second, we're very secure in our relationship, I feel. And that's not to like brag or anything like that, but I just feel like our personalities, we know exactly from the very first like month of dating. We discussed if you feel the need to cheat or if you feel like you're on your way out, discuss it and we'll be done with it and clean break and whatever. So we have a lot of trust in each other. Devin goes out with his guy friends, I go out with my girlfriends, I work at a nightclub. He knows that it's never anything he has to worry about. I have celebrity friends sometimes that I hang out with by myself, and Devin will call me, I'll be like, I'm with so-and-so, and he's like, okay, well bye, I'll talk to you later then. It's because we have that trust in one another, and we know that there's no breaking it. So it doesn't really matter where we go or what we do for work. Not really, you know what I'm saying? Like, aside from maybe stripping or escorting, I can't imagine him having a problem with anything that I would do that he would feel threatened by. No?
Yeah, no, that's your side of it for sure.
I know he doesn't get into... I've never even seen him in a fight. Never. So...
Yeah, they asked how I react to it, and I really don't at all. It doesn't bother me.
He don't care.
No, it's not that. She's had these jobs where, you know, she's surrounded by people with money or fame or anything like that, and she's proven herself time and again, you know, not to chase after those kinds of things. So I have no reason not to have trust in her. And I'm lucky. I end up making friends with a lot of the guys that work there. So from the same token, I know she's taken care of, and I know that nothing's going to happen to her while she's at work. And I don't get into fights over men who try and hit on her. I don't let people be disrespectful or anything like that, but if a guy's going to hit on her or something like that, it's
going to happen anywhere, not just at my job.
It rolls off my back. I don't really care. Some people say it's disrespectful to me, but at the same time, it's a compliment, right? So.
All right. Do you hear my stomach rumbling?
I do. Here's an easy one. Do you guys work different schedules? Absolutely.
Complete opposite schedule. How do you respond to Devin when he goes out with friends? Does he get jealous? Or do I get jealous? After this whole time of being married, do you guys still hide things like burping and looking ratchet? When we first got together, I refused to let Devin see me without my makeup. And I think within 2 weeks of being with Devin, I knew that I was in love with him and I wanted to spend the rest of my life with him. We used to tease each other actually over who was going to say it first. I would say bye and he goes, "You want to say it, don't you?" And I'm like, "No." But I became so quickly in love and so comfortable with him because he's such an amazing person that doesn't judge me, and he allows for me to feel good about the person that I am, no matter what I look like, no matter what I'm doing, what I'm involved in. Devin's very supportive and doesn't ever say anything that would hurt my feelings. Sometimes I hear comments that boyfriends make and I'm just like, I would kill him. But Devin's not really like that. So even joking around, Devin doesn't really do stuff like that. So I never feel uncomfortable per se when it comes to the way that I look or act when it's around Devin. Burping, I burp and Devin gets grossed out. He hates it because I burp like a trucker. I always have. I curse like a sailor and I burp like a trucker, but I don't do anything else in front of Devin. That's it. Like, I'll pee in front of Devin and take a shower with Devin, but I don't get jealous when he goes out with his friends. Like I said in the last question, I encourage him to go out with his friends because he needs to have his own individual life and like fun and things that he's interested with people that are interested in the same things. And if he doesn't, then he's going to resent me for it. You know, he's in his youth right now. The last thing I want is for him to be an older man with kids and a job. And Devin's very smart and he's moving up the ladder in his career very, very quickly, more than most. And this is the time that he kind of has that flexibility and that youth to kind of do the things that are more fun. So I want him to enjoy himself, because one day when you have kids and you don't have time for yourself and you don't have time for anything, you know, that's not going to be there anymore. So I feel like he lets me do that and I let him do that, and we're not letting each other per se, but again, we have confidence in each other's relationship and the respect that we have for one another. Any advice for other couples? Honesty. 100% honesty.
Yeah, that is true.
If anything, like the first day I went to work, a guy pretended that he thought that I had fake eyelashes on. And I said, "No, I'm not wearing fake eyelashes. These are my eyelashes." And he goes, "Let me see, close your eyes." So I closed my eyes and he kissed me. He like kissed me. And I like freaked out. I had him kicked out, everything. But I came, as stupid as that sounds, and I know that it wasn't my fault. It was nothing that I did wrong. Everybody that was there saw that it was somebody else's doing. But the last thing that I would want is for that to be brought up ever in front of Devin, and Devin be like, "Why didn't you tell me about that?" And it looked like I was hiding something. So honesty, always. Even if you do something that's bad, you did it for a reason. So be honest with that person and be like, "Listen, I fucked up, I messed up, but this is why, and I could understand if you're mad at me or don't want to be with me anymore, but this is where we are in our relationship. I got to this point somehow." You know what I'm saying? So for me, I feel like honesty, I know communication is super, super huge, but honesty, even if you're mute and you couldn't speak, I think honesty is still the number one. Deaf people might watch the video.
And they still communicate.
Wait, not deaf people, mute people.
Okay.
Not everyone speaks as I talk a lot. You don't really talk, so Not everyone has a communication thing. Okay, whatever. What nationality is Devin?
English and Italian.
Okay. When are we gonna have kids again? I don't know. Kids, and kiss. Do you think that was supposed to say kids? The D and the S.
Yeah, I do.
Kids?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess no kiss for you. How did you two meet, and was it love at first sight?
Do you want to tell the story? The double look story?
No, I'm not going to go into the whole story. I think I've even said the story before to them. But we met at a nightclub in Fort Lauderdale. I was there applying for a job, and he was there celebrating having come home from college. As soon as I saw him, it took my breath away. And I thought that he was the most amazing, most gorgeous guy ever. Now he's gotten old and fat, so it's not the same.
I was old and fat.
No, stop. You're so sexy.
Now I'm just old.
No. Was it love at first sight? I felt something that I never had felt when seeing somebody before. I've been attracted to people. I see people all the time. But I don't know, for some reason, the second that I saw him, it was like that butterfly feeling. I've never had that before. That sinking feeling in my heart and that little like quoozy, uneasy feeling like you don't know what's going to happen. That's how I felt as soon as I saw his face. So I don't know if that was good or bad. I guess it was good, right?
It turned out alright.
I don't know, so we're doing okay. How do you know he's the right one?
How did you know?
Same
You
shit.
still don't, right?
Just gonna have to wait to see if I kill him in his sleep or not.
Yeah.
I'll stay tuned.
It's dangerous.
Lucy, I didn't go to university. I went to college for a year and then I moved out of my parents' house. And I thought that it was more important for me to get out of my parents' house and to be in a more healthy environment for myself. So I put all of my money and time into working and making the money and saving up the money that I needed to move out of my parents' house and on my own. So as soon as I moved out, I had bills and stuff that never had before and just had to stop going to school and support myself that way. And then shortly after I met Devin and we've been living together ever since. And if I can choose any career in the world, what would it be? I would probably say, what would it be, babe? What would you tell me?
Well, you had a couple, but probably the perfume development designer.
Have my own perfume line and just develop perfumes. My passion, my dream.
The next couple questions are all similar about what kind of jobs we have or what I do and what we do together. I am an electrical engineer by degree. I work in power systems. I'm an operations manager for an independent engineering firm. We go into power plants and large industrial facilities and we handle their electrical equipment for them. And everybody knows what you do by now. What do we do together? A lot of movies. We go, if you're familiar with Las Vegas, we go to Town Square, Fashion Show, Forum Shops, all those places.
We take the dogs sometimes
when we're
to
together.
Town Square. We have like a little puppy and family picnic date. We go out with them. We watch a lot of movies at home too. I told you guys that before too. We're like movie addicts.
Yep.
We love that. We love watching movies. Quiet tummies.
And then on my own, I like sports and poker and stuff like that. Pretty much.
PlayStation.
Go out and have some drinks every once in a while. Not too much.
Out of the two of you, who gives in more often to fights and who's the more stubborn one?
I think that's changed throughout our relationship, hasn't it? I think we've both evolved from different roles to other roles and stuff like that.
I think that you were the more stubborn one in the beginning. I really do. I think that you.
I think that you were, but
I feel like you were the more stubborn one. And not to say that I had to break you of the habits, but you felt like you can dictate to me about my modeling and about what I did and how I acted when I went out with my girlfriends and where I went and stuff like that. And I felt like you had no right in any of that because you were just some guy that I had just met. And it took a lot of fights and a lot of you and I going back and forth about it for you to realize that when it came to my modeling and the things that I loved and about my friends, which my friends mean the world to me. When it comes to anything in my life, my friends are always the things that I feel like I give my all to the most. But when it came to my friends and going out with them and supporting them and doing stuff, you always had something to say because you didn't like what they did and because I was there with them and stuff. And I feel like now it's a little bit different. Now you understand that you have nothing to worry about and stuff like that. But I feel like right now, you and I are in the best place we've ever been in our relationship. But a while back ago, every time that something was wrong, if I told you that you were doing this, you would tell me no. And then one time you like said to me that it was because you always felt like you were wrong and you didn't want to admit that you were wrong anymore because you felt like you were always giving in. And then I felt like...
Not that I always felt that I was wrong. I felt like...
That I was saying that you were wrong.
That I always gave in.
Is Devin an animal lover like you?
Not as much, but that's tough. That's a tough comparison. I do love animals. Having 9 can be a handful from time to time. But no, I do. I love them. They each have their own little personality, and I don't know, I guess I never really knew that until we got together and started our own little farm.
I think that I've made Devin look at animals in a different light. When him and I got together, he's like, it's a roach. Who cares? Flush it. But I think that he sees it differently now, or do you just say that to make me feel better?
No, I do. I do. It makes me think twice about it for sure. Where before I would just kill a bug or kill an insect or kill something for no reason just because it was there or because it was in my house, and she's got me to the point to where I realize that it's something else that's a living thing and has its own things going on. So it's got babies. It was somebody's baby at some point, and now it's somebody's mommy or daddy. It's a living, breathing animal. It's a living, breathing creation. And if there is a God, it's God's creation, and it's nobody else's right to take that away. There's absolutely no reason why anything should be killed when you just have to take a cup and a piece of paper and put it outside where it belongs. Mm-hmm. It's laziness, I feel, for some people. And cruelness and bad, mean people. Don't wear fur. Right? Do you see the trolls that I have to deal with? When we have kids, do you want them to be bilingual? Do I want them to be bilingual? If they want to be bilingual, I definitely think it's a good thing. It's definitely an added skill. What about you?
I do. I'm going to teach my kids Spanish for sure.
Yeah. That way they can have conversations that I won't know what's going on.
Well, when they go to Grandma and Grandpa's house and great-grandma and grandpa, they're not going to understand a lick of anything if they don't.
I know, then we can talk about how we don't understand anything that they're saying. I like that question. Can I skip, or do you want to do some of those that you see right there?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
There's a question down here. How did renewing your vows go? And did you think of something special to do?
I don't know if you know this. I made a video asking people for something that I could surprise you with, special to do at the reunion or at the club afterwards.
The renewal?
The renewal, sorry.
Okay.
What did I say, reunion?
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out.
The renewal. As you saw, we were not only running late, but we were also very confined to what we could do. We didn't have a whole lot of time or space for anything, so we didn't end up doing anything except for the actual renewal and going to the club. But it was an amazing night. I had probably more fun than I actually had at my wedding. That night was just relaxed. I wasn't being pulled 100 different directions for pictures and interviews and family, and I just felt like we had a good time with people that were, that just wanted to be with us and that were really close to us. Hi, Barnum.
Yeah, no, for me it went really well too. There wasn't as much pressure as the wedding day, same thing here, so we just kind of enjoyed it. We laughed. What do you even call him? Is he a minister? Is he who's the guy who holds the service?
The officiant, whatever.
Yeah, the officiant. He even messed up the whole thing. He started playing the music before we were really done and everything else, and everybody kind of laughed about it, so it was kind of neat. I liked it.
Other than that, what is one pet peeve that each other do that annoys you about one another? And that's it. That's the last question.
Why don't you go first and give me your pet peeve about me? I'm still thinking. I know one.
He gets an ingrown hair in his beard sometimes or in his neck, and he'll sit there in front of the TV like this with this face.
You gotta get
doing that, and it's like. But then in turn, you hate when I peel my lip.
Oh no, I do hate that, but this one will sit.
Sounds intense.
This one will sit on the couch or lay in bed and go through a box of Kleenex a day, and she leaves them tucked between the cushions and under the blankets.
Hold on, I don't tuck
and
them.
I go to sit down or lay down.
I don't tuck them. They fall in between the cushions.
And there'll be a whole box of tissues just like hidden throughout the couch that I have to pick up and throw away, even though it's not mine, which is not fun. And it's every day. That was a good one.
First of all,
just say yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It hasn't happened in a while, but lately for the past 2 weeks we've been running around and there's been really bad allergies and my nose has been running. Like really bad, but before that, for a while, for months, I hadn't even needed a tissue box in the living room. But I don't tuck the tissues in the couch or under the sheets, but they end up there.
And then our dogs love to tear them into absolute, just shred them into pieces, so then we get to pick that up.
Okay, we have to go.
Alright.
I love all of you. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Thumbs up if you want to see Devin in more videos. If not, I completely understand. He's not anything special and he's not very entertaining or anything like that, so we'll just continue to do videos without him.
Sounds good.
You better be in my videos.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks guys. I'll talk to all of you soon. Bye.